So what are you waiting for? Come on, man, edge it, take the shot, do something. Because this thing is getting heavy. Skiing. Dig on this sport that's all about getting down. To the bottom of the hill, that is. Snow may be cold, but this edge sport is red hot. Look, if you're going to do this, then do it right. These aren't secrets, just answers. There's only one way to get down a hill, and that's fast and fit. Get ready. Your knees are about to become shock absorbers. How bad do you want it? Find out here. Welcome to the edge. The most important part of a cliff jump is planning. Once airborne, fly in control. Tuck your legs, stay centered, and use your poles for balance. Brace for your target, then keep moving. You gotta follow through. Cornice jumpers say they visualize the slope is inches below them throughout the flight so that they actually ski through the air. Sure, it looks like a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work. Downhilling takes stamina, strength, and balance. The snow environment is a rugged one, and racing down hills all day takes more than the average sport. So to prolong the fun, start training early for it. Strengthening legs, especially for this shock absorber blast that you're sure to take. Downhilling is for fine-tuned athletes. Be one. Speed is commitment. You gotta be confident enough to let go of fear. You also have to keep your weight back more than usual, anticipate the terrain ahead, keep your tips or nose up, and look out for bumps that can become launching pads. Speed is all about edge control and letting go of everything, except common sense. Beware. Beyond this point lay dragons. Extreme terrain is the most dangerous downhilling. Near cliffs, rocks, and avalanches, the keys to success are knowing where you're going and having a plan. Play it cool and in control, and always be prepared to take a fall. Skiing extreme is more than just keeping your tips up. You gotta want it. It's easy to see the influence that street skating has had on snowboarding. The same kinds of tricks, chillin'. It's all about momentum and staying centered on your stick. It's a gymnastic form that requires speed, timing, proper setup, and quick reactions. A lot of these guys actually practice on trampolines, but most of them just get out there and do it. No edge sport has more gear than skiing. Snow and speed take some doing, and here's the tools to do it. Select now. Bindings for most skiers are sensitive devices to keep you in your skis when you're shredding and set you free when you're being shredded. But extreme skiers lock in with responsive competition bindings that can even feature non-releasable toes and floating heels. Though a bad idea for lesser skiers, tight bindings prevent premature ejection into extreme terrain. Heel rotation helps absorb pounding shock in the bumps and jumps. Using skateboard technology, the snowboard is a whole new machine for a whole new kind of fun. Made out of the same stuff as skis, snowboards also borrow from skateboarding with cool custom designs. With rotating bindings and special boots to match, snowboards are designed to be ridden in a surfing stance. Boots have got to be comfortable and form-fit to allow you to perform at your highest level. Whether they are front or rear entry, stiff competition racing boots offer fine tuning for perfect fit. The idea is to make the skis a natural extension of extreme skiers' legs without cutting off circulation to the feet. From barrel staves to these high-tech composite material monsters, skis have come a long way. They vary not only in length, but width, shape, edge grip, torsional rigidity, and liveliness. Skis today even have a waist size. The skis you use for extreme terrain would have more give than racing skis and be able to take a lot more punishment than the recreational variety. The three main factors to consider when choosing a ski are the skier's weight, ability level, and aggressiveness. The fourth, then, must be color. Racers sometimes use bent poles that are aerodynamically efficient when tucked away, but extreme skiers are constantly using their poles as tools, so theirs need only be light and strong. Poking, probing, planting. Ski poles are aluminum stabilizers for skiers in the turn, sailing through the air, and landing. Frostbitten and snowblind is no way to take on a downhill. You gotta stay warm, no numb knuckles or slushy underwear. You gotta keep the glare and snow out of your eyes. You gotta be comfortable and you might as well look good, so layer up and lay it all out when you hit the slopes. Most sports all started with one bright idea. Skiing's no different. Seems this one guy was trudging home through the snow carrying an empty barrel on his back. The guy huffs and puffs his way to the top of this hill and he sees his village down below in the valley before him. It came to him in a flash. Not wanting to walk, he just busted up the barrel he was carrying, roped 2 of the staves to his feet, stood up, flew down the hill and glided in the center of town. Well, that was the beginning of a whole lot of barrel smashing because the entire village rushed out to the slopes to join the fun and modern skiing was born. Where there's speed, there's risk. And that's what this sport is all about. Speed. Flying down some mountain with 2 slabs of fiberglass strapped to your feet is bound to get you into trouble sooner or later. So here's a chance to see it coming. A chance to get inside the risks and look out. Let's face it, the big time in downhilling is big air. Just make sure you're big enough to handle it. A lot can go wrong when you decide to fly. A bad takeoff means a bad landing. And remember that snow is just frozen water. That means there are things under its surface too. Rocks, ice, who knows? Well, you should. Always look before you leap. When jamming on extreme terrain, there's a big difference between being rad and being dumb. Don't become a human pinball. You gotta look ahead, plan your moves. Ask the pros, they'll tell you that flying through a forest or down some rocky cliff at 60 miles per hour, a mogul could be solid rock, a jump could be hiding a crevice. Definitely not the time to lose control. Gravity is the point here. At speed, gravity can be your friend or your enemy. The faster you go, the harder it gets to turn and the more room you need to stop. Catch the slightest edge, hit the smallest bump wrong, lose the slightest control, and it's over. Concussion, broken bones, the works. Like the pros say, ski fast, but ski again. Winter on the outside, summer on the inside. That's the whole idea to playing in freezing conditions. Heat loss from exposure to the elements is called hypothermia. It's bad news too. Poor little kittens that lose their mittens can lose a lot more if they're not careful. Frostbite, shock, even death can result if Old Man Winter gets his hands on you. So delicate is the buildup of fallen snow on a hillside that sometimes all it takes is a clap of a hand to set the top of a mountain in motion. Top extreme skiers know that you have to be able to read a mountain for avalanche danger if you hope to survive. So be a pro, know the snow before you go, before it all comes tumbling down on you. Hitting the slopes takes a person with shock absorber legs and the grace and balance of a tightrope walker. That's a pretty tall order for an athlete, but one that the top skiers fill to the max. Go ahead, select your choice. These guys are the real McCoy.
I think, unfortunately, you don't get to make too many mistakes when it comes to avalanches. You're pretty lucky if you do get to experience one and come out of it, unscathed. I climbed way up high under this one wall, and all of a sudden the whole wall broke off and just carried me down into the chute. But the speed that it takes off at, the sound that it makes, it's just, the force behind it is just intense.
It's a lot of mental preparation to do some things that you feel is extreme for yourself. I always am scared, almost all the time. So trying to fight this big fear monster that keeps creeping up in me, and trying to keep that under control, and still focus on what's ahead of me, what I need to do. And I think the best way to do that for me personally is take little focus at a time, assess what's dangerous and what I need to do, like objective hazards, avalanche, crevasse, fall, and just focus on getting through each little section at a time.
Worst situation for an extreme skier to be in is having conditions change on them. Be halfway down some mountain and the sun has made things hot, and all of a sudden you got a chance of avalanche, or it's loosened up rocks and all of a sudden rocks are falling. So changing conditions are the hairiest situations for a guy like me to be in. I take risks because a friend told me once that the grass is greener with risk in your life, and I agree with that. Everybody wants to challenge their abilities. Fortunately, I do a sport that allows me to challenge my skills, and I think that's probably why I take risks. Not to go out and get hurt or anything, just to see what I can do, what I can pull off physically and mentally. There's a lot more planning that goes into the things that I do than people realize. There's some things that I've looked at for over 10 years before I finally did. There's things I'm looking at right now that I've been looking at for 10 years and I still haven't done. Even just a simple jump on a powder day, usually you'll check it out and then ski down around and check the landing out, and then maybe the next run you get it. But most things, no, you don't just head on off something just because you think it's good. I've been skiing every year of my life except for 2, and I still got a long way to go. It's a slow sport. Skiing takes many years to achieve all the skills necessary to do different things. So keep trying and make a commitment and stick with it. It's almost being like skiing's a life sentence.
Snow is the medium, skis are the way, and speed is the essence. Okay, time to find out whether or not you know what it's all about. There's a lot more to skiing than just getting to the bottom of the hill. Come on, we're in this thrill together. So strap in with me and make the right moves. The decisions are yours. Here's a recipe for thrills. Throw skiing, skateboarding, and surfing onto a mountain of snow, and you've got snowboarding. The key to this one is to get to the bottom of the mountain on black diamond runs in one piece. Hit it. The Maniac Sportsman always goes for it. All right, you're on your way now. What's up for getting down? Jump coming up. What's your call? You're coming up on the lodge. There's some jibbing or freestyle that needs to be done. Check it out. All right, record speed, trouble ahead. Don't stop now. You've got a lift tower looming in front of you and a jump. Thing is, which way to go? So far, incredibly good. A big chance now, big move coming up, the raddest yet. Only the strong survive on this one. Make it happen. Lots of terrain happening just ahead. Gonna take all the right moves. Go for it. You're bombing now at full speed, at full risk. Some heavy jeopardy coming up. What's it gonna be? Unbelievable, you're cooking. All right, some more terrain coming up. Or you can head for the lodge and go for some freestyle jibbing and tricks. Up to you. This could be your last move. Whoa, almost there. Freestyle options for you now. The lodge is in sight. The crowd is roaring. This is it. The right move will give you fame. Piece of cake. Snowboarding par excellence. Not bad at all. Remember, keep it cool and pray for snow. See you on the top of the hill. So what are you waiting for? Come on, man, edge it, take the shot, do something. Because this thing is getting heavy.